There we go.
There we go.
The breakdown, episode 521, sponsored by Gemini, powered by G Media. We're joined by Charles. We're joined by Charles every other Thursday, 1 p.m. or 1:30. It depends. Charles is a busy man. He's going to be out here advocating, trying to help out to put rules together, regulation. Well, I don't know if it's more so regulations, but I would say clarity together here for our entire industry. So big shout outs to you, Charles, for taking on that aggravation. You can keep that. I'll sit on the sidelines and watch. I think. So, what do you think when you saw Trump token come out? What was your reaction?
Well, it's one of those things like Trump gonna be Trump. And remember, this is a dude, Trump Steaks, Trump Water, Trump University. There's Trump.
Do you think it's Trump, though? Do you think it's Trump, or do you think it's Eric and Barron who went ahead and put this together?
The Trump family owns it. They own 80% of the supply, according to the disclosures that they made. There's the Fight LLC, and then there's another, that's the management company, I think. And there's another company, which is the holding company that's owned by the Trump family. His personal holdings, who the hell knows? But it's in the billions. It's that clear. It's I was trying to rack my brain around a conceptual model to understand, like, what does this mean? And I think actually it is a really novel new concept, and I think Trump may have accidentally, in his meme coyness, innovated a little bit and completely changed political incentives a little bit. So in my mind, it's a tracker for Trump's power, popularity, and ultimately effectiveness. So if we think that Trump is effective and powerful and very popular, the price is very high. If Trump's power diminishes, the price goes down. So what you're doing is you're creating kind of a prediction market for the influence of this man, globally speaking. And so under that structure, we may be able to actually completely change the way politics work. So what if every time you elect a president, you say all your assets go in a blind trust, and you can't ever accept any remuneration for anything, can't serve on any boards or anything. There's like 10-year timeout or something. But we'll give you a token, and you get to keep 80% of it. And then there'll be a management firm that basically handles that supply. So during the life of your presidency, the token goes up and down based upon the things you do. The better job you do, the more valuable the token is. So obviously Jimmy Carter coin is just terrible. It's done. Whereas Ronald Reagan coin is going to do really well, right? He's Reagan. So Trump coin's doing okay. So it's a good marker of that. But, we do opinion polls, and then we get, what does a 52% approval rating mean versus a 35% approval rating? Well, this is actually putting a numerical value to it. So I would argue, like a prediction market, like we saw with Polymarket in the election where it got it right, it's actually a much better tracker of popularity and power and other such things. And I think there's a lot of value to that too, because your performance in the office is directly tied to your financial outcome.
Correct.
If you do a better job, the financial outcome's better. That's now directly aligning Trump's financial interests with his popularity and performance in the office. And he's got to be aware of that, or like somebody around him's got to be aware of that. Say, like, look, by the way, you made more money in 2 days than you made in your entire life in the real estate business times 5 off of this deal. So maybe, just maybe, let's keep this going. And we do this with CEOs and founders. If they do a great job, their equity goes up, and they get to be big guys. And somehow, some way, that creates all these mega big companies. So maybe that's the way you compensate presidents moving forward, and the people get to basically decide and set a market. So that's the way I've been able to rack it in my brain, because there's many other threads I could go down, and none of them are very productive. And if I want to be on committees, maybe I shouldn't say anything about that.
I was about to do this to you. If you were going to